Well, hello there again, my good friends. Thank you very much for clicking on this video, as usual. Thanks for all the new subs, the likes, the comments. Always appreciate it. I hope you're all in good health, is the main thing. And I just want to say before I start this video, if you're ever in trouble with gambling, don't be afraid to tell someone, speak to someone. And we all like to back an old horse. And I always tell you to gamble responsibly, bet only what you can afford, and never ever chase your money. Now that's easier said than done, I understand that. But just remember, if you have a problem, don't hold it in. Do you know what I mean? Do not let it stress your life. Don't let it stress you out and ruin your life. Wreck your head, because that's what it will do. Always gamble responsibly, my friends. And like I said, if you have a problem, share it. It's the best thing you could ever do. Just a bit of good advice, okay? Alright. Last night's video, very disappointed. One winner. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe the first time in my life I drew a blank at Kempton. And they were all fancied horses. Absolutely drew a blank. Probably a couple of seconds. And the first winner in Ferryhouse, that was it. It's just the way racing goes, my friends. You know the story. I apologise for that. You don't have to back my I call them tips. You don't have to back my tips. But sometimes you do and sometimes you win. That's the way it goes. That's the way horse racing goes. As we say here in Ireland, it's a famine or a feast. You either go hungry or you eat like a king. That's the way horse racing is, and gambling. Any kind of gambling. Right. I'm after saying enough now, you know exactly what I'm on about. Do not be afraid to ask for help or speak to someone if you're in trouble with gambling. That's all I'm going to say. Tomorrow should be Thursday, the 9th, yeah. I've went for the two ends, Newmarket and Newbury. Now, I'd like to actually change around my strategy a little bit. I said this before. I'd like to go through all the meetings every day and just pick out a lucky 15 and an app. But like I said before, my friends, if there's 5-6 meetings on, that could take 5, 6, 7 hours. Do you know what I mean? And it's not worth it for a small channel like this, to be quite honest. Right, Newmarket and Newbury. Before I started Newmarket, there's a big race at Doncaster. I'd say Joseph O'Brien will win it. I think Billy the Kid is riding the favourite for Joseph O'Brien. If you wanted a bit of advice, I'd say do a Super Yankee tomorrow at Doncaster with all Billy Loughnane's horses. He's 5 or 6 rides, and they all seem to be strong favourites. So if you've done a small Super Yankee, 5 horses or whatever, might pay off. But anyway, I stuck to Newmarket and Newbury. Alright, we get going. Enough yap now, Kenny, enough yap. The first race, we will definitely, my friends, definitely do better than today. That's guaranteed. A lot of small races at Newmarket now tomorrow. I didn't realise that, but I had all the times, everything wrote down. Anyway, look, the first race at Newmarket is the 150. And I'm after tipping 3 of these horses before. And I think 3 of them ran, 3 of them ran into King's Vase 22 days ago. The favourite is Del Maro. And I won't even go clicking his profile now because I actually tipped the winner of the race that day. I will just tip it. I will just click it because I can't think of the horse's name now. Limestone. I tipped Limestone that day in the Queen's Vase, and he was a lovely winner. Now, Charlie Appleby have a lot of horses in Newmarket tomorrow, and he's kind of in and out of form. But I have to give him the first race. Number 2, Del Maro. 7-4. Like I said, I tipped 3 horses in that, 3 horses out of that race already. I've tipped them. And just before I go on to race 2, the first race to 150, Del Maro 7-4 favours. 3-1, 7-2, 7-1. I'm actually afraid, now think of this tomorrow when the race comes on. I'm actually afraid of the top weight, number 1. But he's not the top weight, they're all 9 stone 3. I'm actually afraid of Alderman, the outsider of the whole race, Richard Hennon's horse. But anyway, stop yapping, Kenny. The second race is a 4-runner race. 70 grand. Group 2. And Charlie Appleby is favoured again. But I tell you now, he's not going to win it. Number 1 is going to win it. Number 1. A Day of Scarlet. Oisin Murphy for Hugo Palmer. 2-1. Think of that now. The 3 o'clock at Newmarket, race number 3. I've gone for number 6. Now I should have went for my little son's name, Harry, 10 Carat Harry, number 1. But I've gone for number 6. Red Spells Danger. David Allen for Tim Easterby. 6 furlong, 51 grand race. And he's 7-1. I'll get back to him in a while. There's something very funny about my Lucky 15 tomorrow. I'm going to do something a little different. It's going to be an each way Lucky 15. Right? And an each way nap. A nap and an each way nap. The 4th race at Newmarket is the 3:35. Rebels Romance is the favourite. Very, very strong favourite. 6-5. Charlie Appleby again. That's all you see tomorrow now. At least 2 of the meetings. Charlie Appleby, Charlie Appleby, Charlie Appleby. Now he might clear up. He might win all these races. But I'm going to give the 335 at Newmarket to number 4, Clifford Lee for Carol Burke. Convergent. And Convergent is the second favourite, 2-1. Now I hate to give small prices. I could have given a load of winners today, my friends. Wednesday. If you're watching this now, probably tomorrow. It'll be Thursday, obviously. But I could have given a lot of winners today in last night's video. But they would have been very, very small prices. And I don't, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like giving small prices. The 5th race is the 410. 7 furlongs class 2, 20 grand. Another 4 to 7 favourite. Let me guess. Yep. William Buick for Charlie Appleby again. So I have gone for number 5. For Aidan O'Brien to beat him. Now Aidan O'Brien's horses didn't run well today. I think I had 2 of them in last night's video. They drifted like a barge. And wasn't even placed. That's the way stables go. But I fancy this one in the 410 at Newmarket for Aidan O'Brien. Madame's Secretary. Madame's Secretary. And he's 7-1, my friends. 7-1. Each way in a 10-runner race. Definitely 100% an each way bet. You'll probably get about 6-4 if he's placed. Oh my lord above, the 6th race at Newmarket. William Buick again. What did I tell you? This time it's for John Gosden. Morris Stancer. 11-8 favours. But I tell you, I'm going to go against him. In this 445, I'm going to go for number 6. Clifford Lee for Carl Burke again. Shame. S-H-A-Y-E-M. Shame. And number 6, Shame, is 92. Think it is now tomorrow, my friends. Nearly 13 minutes in, and not doing too bad after all that yapping. The last race at Newmarket is the 520. And actually William Buick is on a 16-1 shot. Wow. Yeah, it's a good old jockey. I never take anything away from anyone. The 520 Newmarket, I've gone for number 10 for some reason. I just liked his form. Oisin Murphy for Hugo Palmer. Lion of Alba. Lion, Lion. I tipped something similar last night. But where you gone? 7-1. Number 10, Lion of Alba, in the last race at Newmarket is 7-1. Right, we go across to Newbury. Fairly fast, fairly lively. Fairly lively, as they say. It's an evening meeting. The first race at Newbury is the 513. Favourite 5-4. So I can give you all these horses, but you'll probably get people giving out. So you're giving 5-4, even monies, money ons. Remember, a lot of them do get turned over. But I've gone for number 10 again in this. Hold on now, just give me a second, my friends. 513. I'm going to give you number 10, Clear Horizon. Ron Hornby for Jay Portman. Now I think that combination had about 4 winners at this meeting last year. As far as I remember, a couple of years ago when I was going through all this form. I'd nearly give number 10 as my each way nap. 18 to 1, but I picked a different one instead. So the 5:13 at Newbury, the first race, number 10, 18 to 1. Each way. The second race at Newbury is the 5:45. Another 6 to 4 favourite in it. So I've gone for number 4. Colin Rodriguez for Harry Charlton. Clay Lassie, number 4. Lay Lassie, or something like that. 3 to 1 second favourite. That's number 4. The 5:45. The third race at Newbury is the 6:17. The 6:17, and I've gone for number 11. Just a good race now. This is a good race. Even though it's only a novice stakes, it's a good race. I've gone for number 11. Richard Hannon have 2 horses in it. Old Oak. Love the name, just because I used to work in the woods, but I love the name Old Oak. Low draw, perfect, 6 furlongs, 16 grand. First time out, 42,000 euros. And number 11 is 7 to 1. Yeah, still the same price. The fourth race at Newbury. This is going to go well over the 20 minutes, my friends, but as some of you said, you like watching the whole video. There's no point making a fucking 4 or 5 minute video, you know what I mean? You won't have a clue what I'm saying. A lot of you skip the start and go straight to the tips, I know that. It's up to you, that, you know what I mean? I have no problem with that, and some people like to hear me talk. Because if you go back a month on my videos, I'm not getting the hang of it a little bit. I'm starting to talk better and better. Anyway, shut up, Kenny. The fourth race is the 6:52. And I've gone for a lovely horse in this. Number 3. Olivia Tubb for Jay Portman again. And number 3 is 7 to 1, Strike. Number 3, Strike in the 6:52, 7 to 1. The fifth horse at Newbury, the fifth race, just a minute I mentioned talking properly. The fifth race at Newbury is the 7:27. And I've gone for number 10. I fancied number 2, the Dragon King, just for the namesake, but I went for number 10, which is Captain Fox. Finley Marsh for Richard Hughes. I went through this race with a fine-tooth comb. I think Storm Point is the favourite. Yes, 11 to 2 favourite. 11 to 4 favourite, sorry. Captain Fox is 10 to 1. That's number 10 in the 7:27. Captain Fox, 10 to 1. The 6th race at Newbury, 20 minutes exactly. The 6th race at Newbury is the 802. And I've gone, there's 3 giant favourites in this. I've gone for number 6, Harry Davis for William Haggis. Windbreaker. Windbreaker. That's like when you get up in the morning having a feed of eggs and beans. 2 hours later, you're a windbreaker. Number 6 windbreaker is 5-2. That's the 802 at Newbury. The last race at Newbury is the 837. And by the looks of it here in my book, I've also gone for the favourites. Yep, we'll give this one to Kieran Schumark and Ed Walker. La Peregrina. Number 4, La Peregrina. Kieran Schumark for Ed Walker. 11-8 favourite. A winner's a winner, my friends. I don't like giving out small. That's only a 6-runner race. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like I said, if I go through every single meeting, it's going to take 6, 7, 8 hours. So I just stick to the 2 meetings, like, you know what I mean? Right. Right, my lucky 15, my each way lucky 15. Someone kind of melted off a bit today in the comments. That instead of giving the number of the horse and the time of the race, give the name of the horse. I mean, come on, if you give the time of the race and the number of the horse, you should know the name of the horse. No, I'm not going to go through it all again. I'll just give you a beautiful each way lucky 15. And it's the first time I ever done it. The 4 horses are 7-1. So if they are not placed tomorrow, the first horse of my lucky 15 is the 3 o'clock at Newmarket. Number 6, 7-1. The second horse in my each way lucky 15 is in the 5:20 at Newmarket, number 10, 7-1. The third horse in my each way lucky 15 is in Newbury, the 6:17, number 11, 7-1. And the fourth horse in my each way lucky 15, it's just a different kind of bet, is also at Newbury in the 6:52, number 3. And guess what? He's 7-1. So that's 2 at Newmarket, 2 at Newbury. My lucky 15, 4 7-1s. They might drift, they might come in. If you fancy them, do them early in the morning, because one of them is my nap. My nap for tomorrow is in the 6:52 at Newbury. The 6:52 at Newbury, Strike, 7-1. He's one of the horses in my lucky 15. And my each way nap, I was going to give number 10 in the 5:13, like I said earlier, at 18-1. But I went for the 7:27 at Newbury for my each way nap. Captain Fox, 10-1. That's the 7:27 at Newbury, Captain Fox, 10-1 each way. I still fancy number 10 in the 5:13, 18-1 each way. But look, I have him there now when I have him on the video. So look, this is probably the longest video yet. Sorry about that. I just had to make that statement at the start. Don't put yourself into trouble. Don't stress your head. over gambling. It's not worth it. Do small bets. Small bets. You know what I mean? If your luck is in, it's in. Whether you put €1,000 on a horse or €1 on 5 horses, if your luck is in, it's in. Simple as that. I'll leave it at that. I'm after keeping me long enough. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching till the end if you did. I'll clock on again tomorrow night. It's only 10:30 now. I'll have this uploaded about 11:30. It's an early one tonight. I walked about 4 miles today, so I want to get up early in the morning, get out of the house and go for a good walk again. Good night and God bless. Kenny from Tipperary. Love you all. Over and out. Take care.